You might only spend a few hours, a few days, or a few weeks with your learners. Maybe you're facilitating a session, moderating an exam, or answering questions. It might not seem like much, but to the learners in front of you, it can mean everything. Every example you use, every tone you set, every pause that you allow, it creates ripples. At CPA Western School of Business, there's a focus on equity. But what does that really mean when you're the one holding the space? Equity isn't just a concept. It's a decision, a daily practice. It's how we choose to show up, how we shape environments where everyone, every learner, feels seen and respected. In finance, equity means ownership. In education, equity is ownership too. It's the kind we take over how learning spaces feel, who they serve, and who they leave out. Let's start here. Equity is not about perfection. It's about intention. It begins with reflection. Who's centered in the stories and examples you shared? Are you assuming all learners are starting from the same point with the same experience? Are you creating room for different ways to show up that can still be successful? Next, it's about inviting safety. Not just physical safety, but psychological safety. The kind that says, you can ask questions here. You don't have to get it right the first time. Simple changes go a long way. Build in check-ins. Use multiple response types, verbal, written, anonymous even. Normalize help seeking as a strength, not a flaw. And remember, representation matters. In case studies, in names, in scenarios, the learners in front of you should see themselves in that material. That's how we move from passive to active equity. You might be thinking, but I don't control the content. That's true. But what you do control is the context. You can acknowledge, for example, this scenario might reflect a certain type of workplace. Let's talk about how it might look different elsewhere. That ensures you're addressing the gaps without having to fix everything. Sometimes it's not about changing the lesson. It's simply about changing the lens. Equity also lives in how we follow up. When a learner speaks up or checks out, what actions do you take? Do you listen with curiosity? Say thank you? Admit when something could be better? That is equity in action. And here's the truth. Your role matters more than you know. You may be contracted for a season, a module, a moment in time, but your influence can stay with that learner for life. Because when they feel safe, they learn better. When they feel seen, they engage deeper. And when they feel respected, they rise. You don't have to overhaul everything. You just have to begin with the things that you can control. Your tone, your choices, your care. So the next time you step into your space, remember, it's not just about the content or the exam rules. It's about shaping the culture of the profession, one interaction at a time.